Joining us now, trial lawyer and legal analyst Richard Schoenstein. Good morning to you. What must the British authorities do in order to prove to a U.S. judge extradition in this case?
Well, they don't have to prove guilt. I mean, that is the sort of the lead here. It's not a matter of the British government establishing guilt. They have a process to go through. There's a treaty between Great Britain and the U.S. regarding extradition. And in almost all cases, extradition requests by Great Britain are honored by the United States. So they have to go through that process. They have to do it properly. They have to meet procedural requirements with the U.S. and show that there are charges, but they don't have to prove their case. And quite likely they're going to be able to do what they need to procedurally.
Andrew Tate says he hasn't even been told who his accuser is, and there's been no evidence that has been shared. Is that a valid argument at this point in the extradition process?
No, it's a great argument in England. He can make that argument when he's charged in England to the English authorities. Again, this is not an extradition request by a third world country or some country where there's an authoritarian government. This is England. And they're going to get sent over there, and they can make all of their arguments that they're innocent, that they don't know who their accusers are. They can argue this is political. I can't imagine how that's the case, but they can argue it. They can do all of that in the courts of England. That's not going to stop them from getting extradited.
How about the public sphere? I mean, these guys are on social media still pleading their innocence, and they continue to talk as the case plays out. If you were their attorney, what would you advise them?
Well, generally, as their attorney, I would tell them not to make public comments about a case that's ongoing, especially if they're being prosecuted, especially if they might not testify. I think that's foolish, but they do conduct their lives very publicly, and that sets them apart from a lot of defendants. To some extent, they have to make a public comment because they're in the public space, and their commentary style is very aggressive, very in your face. So I'm not surprised they're still doing it that way. It's not optimal from a defense strategy perspective in the court, but they may feel it's necessary.
How long typically, Richard, do these extradition battles play out?
I don't think very long. I think you're looking at a couple of months to get through the procedural stuff. You know, the wild card here, Marnie, is that Romania too is involved. They're facing charges in that country, and they're over here in the U.S. sort of by permission of Romania. And I don't think we've heard yet from the Romanian government if they have any objection to the brothers being sent to England. That's the only thing to me that could interfere with this, because I don't see the U.S. administration blocking extradition. I don't see them blocking it in the courts. That Romanian wild card is the only thing out there I'm curious about.
Yeah, understood. Interesting. All right, Richard Schoenstein, as always, thank you.